In a quiet countryside, an old farmer and his son lived together on their family farm. This story is about a lesson learned too late, and the wisdom that came when it was least expected. The old farmer had spent his whole life working these fields. But now, he was too old to work. He would sit on the porch, watching the sun rise and set over the land he loved. His son worked the fields alone now, sweating under the hot sun. He couldn't help but feel frustrated whenever he looked at his father, sitting idly. He's of no use anymore, the son thought. He does nothing but sit all day. One day, the son's frustration turned into anger. He stormed into the barn, grabbed some wood, and began building a coffin. He hammered the nails hard, muttering, "If he won't work, he might as well be buried." The next morning, the son dragged the coffin to the porch. "Get in," he said. Without arguing, the old farmer slowly climbed inside, lying down as if it were just a place to rest. The son pulled the coffin across the field, all the way to the edge of a high cliff. The wind picked up, swirling dust around him. He felt a strange mix of anger and sadness. Just as he reached the edge, he heard a soft tapping from inside the coffin. He paused, his heart racing. Slowly, he lifted the lid. His father lay there, looking up with a calm smile. "I know you're about to throw me over," the father said softly. "But before you do, may I suggest something?" The son hesitated. "What is it?" he asked. The old man replied, "Throw me over if you must, but save this good wood coffin. Your children might need it someday." In that moment, the son felt his anger vanish. He realized the wisdom in his father's words. He knelt beside the coffin, tears falling. "I'm sorry, Father," he whispered. "I didn't understand before." The father reached out, patting his son's head gently. "It's all right," he said. "You've learned now, and that's what matters." They walked back to the house together, side by side. The coffin, once a symbol of anger, was now a reminder of a lesson learned. From that day on, the son would sit beside his father on the porch. Together, they watched the sun set over the fields, the sky painted in shades of gold and orange. The son had learned that even in silence, there is wisdom. And sometimes, the quietest lessons are the loudest of all. And so, the farm continued on. The old farmer's wisdom left a mark on the land and in the heart of his son. Remember, the wisdom of our elders is a gift we often overlook until it's almost too late. Thank you for listening. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more tales of wisdom and reflection. Take a moment today to listen to the quiet lessons around you. You might be surprised by what you learn.